Okay, good morning. My name is Jeff Bruner, and I'm here to welcome you and thank you for joining us for Taco Tuesday. As you know, this series is held the first Tuesdays of every month, and it's an opportunity to connect our vendor partners with you, our members. Today's sessions will be recorded and then shared out as segments to allow attendees and viewers to learn about the products and services that are of most interest to them in little 15-minute bites. So the links will be shared with everyone who registered, and they will be posted on the WiLS website and several other places, including the Taco Tuesday page on our site and each of our vendor partners' pages on our site as well. I'm pleased to have 4 of our vendor partners joining us today to show off some of their resources. And the first up will be SpringerNature. And I think we've got David, Joseph, and Alan joining us. So I am going to go ahead and turn things over. I'm going to pause my screen share so that I think David wants to share screen. And David, you may be muted, but actually maybe you're not anymore.
Nope, I'm here.
All right, so I'm stopping my share and we'll have David take over, and then it'll be all yours.
Great, well, good morning, everybody. I'm joined, as we heard, Alan Bayard is the licensing manager for WiLS, and he manages more of the research-oriented universities. And then I'm also joined with Joe Herman, who is account manager, and he works in what we call the college market, which is for the colleges and universities that are more teaching-oriented. Today, we thought we would share with you a little bit about some new business models that we launched in 2020. And have been getting some traction. Let's see. So, we now offer 4 business models. Basically, we now offer.
David, can I interrupt you just a second?
Sure.
I don't think we're seeing your screen. If you had already shared it, we're not seeing it just yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not getting the menu bar anymore at the bottom that allows me to share. I see your screen, Jeff.
All right. Here, I'm going to make you a co-host, and we'll see if that helps at all. So you're seeing like the welcome slides that I had up before?
No, I just see a black box that says Jeff, WiLS.
Okay. Well, it was working. You were here. It was working a few minutes ago. I wonder what happened to it now. So if you have the kind of Zoom screen up, if you kind of take your mouse pointer down towards the bottom of that where you see my name, you don't see it there, possibly. There should be a thing that's, where it will allow you to mute and so forth.
Yeah, let's see if this works. Are we back?
Ah, we've got it. Great.
Okay. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, no problem.
I thought that I had shared. Let me just get back into full screen. Okay, so starting on the bottom right, we now have the ability to let our libraries purchase single titles from us. So you can create your own customized package that meets the needs of your patrons. We have carved out the major reference works now, and so we have 5 reference modules And you can buy these by the module for well, I'll tell you about, there are 3 ways that you can buy the reference modules. We continue with our very successful subject collections. We have 21 subject collections. And then finally, we have a new evidence-based acquisition model called Access and Select. So we'll start with single titles. So these are available on SpringerLink, our platform, and we do ask that for every transaction that you do with the single title model that you achieve a minimum of 20 titles or $5,600, whichever comes first. We do include all of our reference works and our textbooks in this model. And we do publish quite a few textbooks, which is a little bit unusual. We have unlimited concurrent usage for all of our books, including textbooks, and we have no DRM. So it's a really nice addition when you buy directly through us to get the version on our platform that has no digital rights management. So now our reference modules, we took our 21 subject collections and the major reference works from those, and we put them into each of these 5 reference modules. And so there are 3 ways that you can purchase these. You can purchase the front list. So this year we're selling the 2021 front list of our major reference works. And then you can just do access only for the entire archive of each of the modules, or you can purchase the full module in perpetuity. We publish about 1,200 reference works a year, and these include dictionaries, encyclopedias, atlases, handbooks, and some of our medical textbooks are included in the reference modules. For evidence-based acquisition model, we did have a version called My Collection, which we are phasing out because we're bringing in Access and Select this year. And it's a little bit different from what we've offered in the past. So with this model, we allow you to start off with 4 copyright years. So for those people licensing beginning in 2021, you would get access back to 2018. And then every year that you would renew your access, you add on an additional copyright year. So if you renewed for 2022, you would get everything from the copyright year 2022, still going back to 2018. So every year that you renew, you would gain an additional copyright year of content to give access to your patrons. So at the end of the 12-month access period, the amount that you paid up front goes towards the purchase of books that you can have in perpetuity. Our average institutional ebook price is around $280. It varies greatly depending on the extent of the book and the type of the book and the discipline. But whenever I run a denials by title report and I fill in the pricing, the average on a typical pricing list like that is around $280. And like I said, we do not include the reference works in this program. And we do have the ability to add the German language titles. I'm surprised how many universities want our German language titles in the US. And we can get authorization for that, but they're not typically added. And then we offer some additional services that I'll talk about on the next slide. So let me talk to you about the 4 different types of this evidence-based acquisition model, starting with the left and with the basic model. So with basic, you are able to pick just the subject collections that you want. So we can run a download and denial report for both your journals and your books from us, and give you a steer on, it looks like these top 4 disciplines, or, there's no limit. You can buy 1, you can buy 10, you can buy as many as you want, but it just enables you to customize the offerings for your library. With this model, it's a 4 years rolling. So what I was talking about on the previous slide about the snowball effect for every year that you renew, that does not apply with the basic model. You just get a 4 years rolling. So this year you would get 21 through 2018. Next year you would get 2022 through 2019. We apply 100% of what you pay upfront towards the purchase of books in perpetuity. With the Plus model, this is a subscription model. So there is no purchase of books in perpetuity at the end of the access period. It's just simply giving your patrons access to 4 copyright years of books. With Smart, and I should say with Plus, Smart, and Premium, we give you access to all 21 of our subject collections. With Smart, again, 100% of what you pay up front goes towards the purchase of books in perpetuity at the end. We also add in My Copy, which is the ability for us to provide your patrons with a print, black and white, paper-bound version of any book that you have in your permanent collection from us for $24.99. We do it through Ingram's on-demand printing program, and the books get to your patrons within about a week of them ordering the book. And then finally, with Premium, again, you get the same 4 years copyright starting up and the snowball effect. But with this one, you get 1.2 times whatever you spent at the beginning of your access period towards the purchase of books in perpetuity. We also add on with this model full book interlibrary loan. With all of our other models, we limit that to a chapter level file that you can share with other libraries. With Premium, you can send a whole entire book file. And then we also offer a 50% discount for a print version, a hardbound version for your library if you want the print-bound version as well. And then finally, we have the 21 subject collections. So we have a very strong front list. We published just shy of 11,000 front list books this year. And so how that separates into each of these collections, each of these collections have about 500 front list books a year. Our smallest one this year is the behavioral science and psychology. That one has around 220 books in it. And then our computer science subject collection has just shy of 1,200. These are a great value because there are a lot of books in each subject collection. You can get a lot of you get a pretty good volume discount because you're buying all the front list at once. So you can buy these by the subject area and by the copyright year, and you can buy any copyright year of these packages that you like. And that's all I wanted to share today. We only had 15 minutes, so I wanted to keep it brief, but I think if you want to get further information, please reach out to me or to Alan or to Joe.
Thank you very much, David. It's exciting and interesting to see kind of new ways of getting material into the user's hands. So we're always thrilled to see what kind of innovations there are in how collections can be managed and accessed and obtained. So let me take us back to the main page here, and we will get ready for our next presenter. So joining us now from LexisNexis, I think we have at least 2 people. We may have 3 people coming to us from LexisNexis. I've got Drew, Ann, and I think Ernlin. So I'm going to ask if, I'm not sure who wants to take over the screen, but whoever wants to can go right ahead and
I'll just go ahead and introduce everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Drew Albers. I am the director of the academic sales team for LexisNexis. Today, we wanted to spend a few moments just to show you our Nexus Uni product, which is a 2020 Cody Award-winning product. We also have a industry-leading Net Promoter Score of 50 for our student users. And then Ann will also wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about some of the other new products that we have out on the market. Starting up first will be Lynn Smith. She is one of our customer success managers, and she will give you a brief demonstration on how Nexus Uni works.
Thank you, Drew. As Drew indicated, my name is Lynn Smith, and I'm basically the person that you come to if you have any questions or concerns about Nexus Uni and how to use Nexus Uni. So I'm just going to highlight. Okay, it's telling me that I cannot share while others are, another participant is sharing. Thank you so very much. Here we go.
All right, I turned off my share. Now hopefully it'll let you. I'm sorry about that.
I think it's working, Jeff. So thank you so very much.
Great.
So I'm just going to highlight some, I won't say necessarily recent changes because they've been around for at least over years, but some changes that we've made to the product. What's great about Nexus Uni is that in terms of being able to change the product, make by customer feedback is much easier than our previous products. So the first thing I just want to highlight is I'm going to go to the advanced search form. And in the last 18 months, we've made some vast improvements to the advanced search form. When you come to the advanced search form, just be aware that you can search all news content, company and financial, and legal. Just as a friendly reminder on this product, please be advised that you will have access to over 15,000 different titles from news content, company and financial, and legal. So I'm going to go to news because I'm always trying to remind people that Nexus Uni is a global product. So when it comes to our news content, please be aware that yes, we have, of course, documents in English, but we have a vast array of non-English language publications. So I'm just kind of quickly, highlighting all the different languages that we offer. Right now on the advanced search form, I want to point out that you just currently see 2 search boxes. However, you're not limited to these just 2 search boxes. You can, as I start to type, you will see that the system will be adding more search boxes. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to type World Bank in English. And just so you know, on this product, if you want to find an exact phrase, you need to put that exact phrase in quotation marks. I'm going to put World Bank in Spanish. And if you notice, as soon as I put my second search term, a third box appeared. So I just want you to be aware that yes, initially you would only see 2 search boxes, but as you continue to add search terms, you would get additional search boxes. I'm just going to stop here. So I just kind of want you to be aware that a lot of databases, when you come to their advanced search form, you're given 3 to 4 boxes here. As I continue to add search terms, it will continue to add another search box. So you're not limited. On this product, what's great is, of course, I'm going to use my wonderful OR connector. We give you the capability to do full text keyword searching, which is at all fields. But I also want you to be aware that we also give you the capability to do segment searching, better known in the librarian community as field searching. Because as we all know, placement sometimes of a search term will make a document more relevant, more on point. So I'm just going to tell the system to look in the headline, or I can use title. Title and headline are basically one and the same. The reason we put both is because in the world of journalism, of course, they know that the proper terminology is headline. But for those of us who are not in the world of journalism or communication, we're going to refer to it as a title. I'm going to go ahead and run this search. Just want to give you a friendly reminder that on this product, there are no document retrieval limitations. So if that student conducts a search and he or she retrieves 25,805 documents, yes, they may view all 25,805 documents. I'm going to go into a document, and I just want to point out a great feature, and this is going to be beneficial for especially your faculty members. Throughout the product, you're going to see this nice little word actions. And if you click on it, it will give you just that, what action or actions you have at that moment. And the one that we see right here is linked to this page. Let me try that again. There we go. And this way you can create that persistent, durable URL to this article. So if you had a faculty member that wanted all the students in that class to read a particular document, they can basically click on that actions and create that persistent, durable URL so they could paste it in Canvas or Blackboard or some learning management system that they have access to. Also, for librarians, sometimes you're helping students and you want them to see the search results. Maybe you assist them with searching and you want to kind of guide them. Well, if I click on the actions, once again, link to this page. It's not liking the first time. Let's do that again. So this way, once again, I can create a persistent, durable URL to the search results. I'm now going to go to my menu, and I want to point out some very great content that you're going to have available, but this content is actually in a separate product. It is in a product called Company Dossier. Company Dossier is one of our corporate products that we give access to the academic market free of charge because you have a subscription to Nexus Uni. Just so you know, in Company Dossier, you have access to over 200 million companies, publicly traded, privately held, domestic, foreign, international, the whole gamut. This is a great resource. Like I said before, this is one of our corporate products. This is a product that Fortune 500 companies actually pay for. But as I indicated before, we give access to it to the academic market free of charge. And a lot of academic institutions will provide a link just to Company Dossier. Once again, if I click on that action, link to this page, it will provide that persistent, durable URL to Company Dossier. What I'm going to just quickly do is do the find a company. And I can search a company name, a ticker symbol, DUNS number, but I'm going to do the ticker symbol, my HD, and click on my search. And I always like to point out that even though I think of Company Dossier as a business resource, I think it is very beneficial for any student that needs to do research on a company. And recently we added some great content that made me think about, that graduating senior that's interviewing. And let's just say that that individual got 3 job offers and they're trying to figure out which company would be the best company to work for. So just on the left side, in one click, the system is actually conducting over 60 different searches. It's going out and getting current recent news information, company information, everything from the brands to the competitors, company history. If it's a publicly traded company, you will see SEC filings. But on the snapshot, the information, like I said, I thought about the graduating senior is, here we see how many subsidiaries, annual revenue, the CEO. But if we continue to go down, one of the things you would see is employee ratings. And this is actually employees rating the company. And this way you're kind of getting an idea of, how they feel about in terms of the culture, diversity, overall working for the company. So this is something that I've been trying to show when I work with, your career services at academic institution, this aspect of dossier, because like I said, kind of helpful in terms of how the actual employees feel about that particular company. Just going to speak about one more thing, and then I'm going to turn it over to Ann, who is actually your account manager. And one of the things we try to do is let you know that it is a separate product by going to the Nexus Uni. Last but not least, if you haven't done so, I want to encourage you, and also encourage you to encourage your students to do what we call self-registration. And basically with self-registration, over here on the left, I'm going to click on this sign in, register. Basically what we allow you to do is we allow you to create an ID and a password. Simply click on create a profile. By creating a profile, you would create that ID and password. And at this time, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sign in using my ID and password. And one will know that they're signed in using their ID and password because you would see hi in your individual name. So you would see hi, Jeff. And just so you know, some of the benefits with doing self-registration, but more importantly, signing in using that ID and password is the capability to personalize the product underneath the settings, the capability to be able to create folders, to be able to create alerts. So just gonna quickly, I'm gonna go to my history, which would be my own personal history. So this history may be a 7, 15, or 30-day history. I'm just gonna rerun a search. quickly, I'm going to open up a document. And as I said before, one can create folders, and this folder icon will only appear when you are signed in using your ID and password. You can highlight, copy, and highlight information. So of course, students are doing research because they got projects, research papers, but we also give them the capability to highlight information. So I'm going to highlight. They can add annotations, basically write notes to themselves. So not only are we trying to help the students to do research, but to also organize their research. So excellent point for that poli-sci research paper, put their analysis. So what's nice is when they go to this document, save this document to a folder, not only will they have the full text of the document, but also the highlighted information, the notes that they wrote to themselves, and more importantly, as I said before, they can also create alerts. Oops. By clicking on the bell. And at this time, I'm going to stop because your actual account manager, Ann, would like to speak with you. So Ann, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Hi guys, I'm Ann Borger. I am the account manager in the Dayton, Ohio office. I hope you can hear me all. I will have, or all hear me. I will have, Lynn, are you off of the
I believe I've stopped sharing.
screen? And I'm going to share my screen. And I've got way too much open. I'm talking today about our new product, Nexus Data Labs. And are you guys now able to see?
Yes, we see your screen.
Perfect. Okay. So we have kind of two parts of this. It's a Nexus Data Labs and Nexus Data as a Service. The Data Labs is what we're have just kind of come out with. This is a next generation of data mining solutions. This is a product that we are hosting or through Amazon, and it's managed through Jupyter Notebooks with individual workspaces for each user. So you could have a professor, faculty member, graduate student data mine, save their documentation safely so we don't have to worry about all of the contracting details. Everything is, again, perfectly done through the service. It can analyze using text visualization and do bigger analysis, again, through the Jupyter Notebooks. You are able to save your analysis through notebook code. You can have a documented manifest so that if you want to go back, you are able to go and document your findings when you're maybe presenting your paper. So this is kind of the newer version for student and faculty use so that anybody in the university level can get in and do this text mining, visualization, saving of their work, processing and posting it through publishing, and then being able to post a manifest and publish a manifest along with it. We also have data as a service in several different forms for those faculty members that are doing huge amounts of data and very specific analytical type research projects that that they would like to publish, but we can individualize those also for you. So wanted to just touch base with any research institutions that may be interested and how we can help you with those large data mining projects.
Okay, I think that'll wrap it up for us. We're all at the end of our 15 minutes. Please reach out to Jeff Bruner if you have interest in Nexus Uni and seeing how that might fit in your school. If you have an interest in the data labs or DOS as a service, please reach out to Ann Borger and we'll make sure that Jeff can get a hold of Ann for us.
Thank you so much, LexisNexis friends, for joining us. Again, another exciting look at a product that a lot of our members get, but I'm sure any who aren't already subscribers will be interested to see a quick demo, and I'm interested in seeing if we what we hear back from folks about Data Lab as well. Thanks again.
Great. Thank you. Love to talk to you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're up to our third segment for today's Taco Tuesday. Our third group to present today is Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse is a new vendor partner. We're kind of in the process of finalizing our partnership, but we wanted to give them an opportunity to speak to our members today. So I think I'll be turning it over to Gina, but Gina, maybe you can tell me if somebody else from the team will be speaking to us instead.
Yes, hi. I'm just trying to figure out how to turn my camera on.
Well, down at the bottom of the screen, if you hover your mouse,
here we go.
button.
Yes, I found it. Thank you. Okay, well, thank you so much for having us today. We're very excited to have a new partnership with all the members of the WiLS organization. And so I'd like to just start and introduce myself. I am the territory manager for all the four-year academic libraries across the U.S. So I'll be working with those members that are four-year academic libraries. And I'm located in Sarasota, Florida. So I'm on the East Coast time. And I'd just like to take a moment to kind of introduce, since Rittenhouse might be new to many of the members. And we are actually celebrating 75 years of history. And what all began as a bookstore of health science and rare books in Philadelphia has now grown into one of the nation's largest distributors of scientific, technical, STM, medical content. And we are distributing titles of over more than 500 leading publishers out there in the market to healthcare providers, universities, retailers, and libraries as well. And one of the other points of Rittenhouse is that we have a market-leading online platform. Our database is the R2 Digital Library, and that's what our focus is going to primarily be on with the move to a lot of electronic content. But we provide access to all the essential health science content on R2 Library on an intuitive, simple to use interface, and that we'll share more on in the presentation, and that will be with Rob Lennox. But I'm going to turn it over now to Ty Sweatman.
Thank you, Gina. Yeah, I am the two-year academic library account manager for Rittenhouse. So I look forward to working with all of you. I am located near, just north of Atlanta, Georgia. So I'm also on the Eastern time zone. There's my contact information. Feel free to reach out at any time. And I thought today I would just focus on one particular library service that we offer, because I'm hearing there's going to be more in-person learning this fall. So the service is free. It's a core collection update plus service. And it's really simple. You would just email us your shelf list, and we would analyze that and show you any new additions or volumes to series that could update your current collection. So just email Gina or I to get the ball rolling. We'll be happy to do that for you. We'll generate a report back to you. If you decide to purchase any of those resources to update your collection with Rittenhouse, you would do that on rittenhouse.com. And if you don't have a login for that, of course, we can get you set up with one. And really, that's what I wanted to touch on today. We also in the service, I forgot to mention, we'll also show you what's available in your print collection, in your current print collection, what is available on R2. So you'll also get that analysis in this free service. So mentioning R2, I'll turn it over to Rob Lennox, who's going to do a demonstration of R2.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rob Lennox. I'm the R2 Digital Library Education and Support Manager. And I'll be running through a quick review of the R2 Digital Library platform today. Just want to make sure that everybody is seeing the R2 Digital Library screen okay.
Yep, we can see the we see a PowerPoint slide right now. Is that what you mean?
Oh, so I need to click New Share then, right? Okay, there we go. All right, how's that?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so just to start with a quick introduction, the R2 Digital Library is a health science ebook database from Rittenhouse Book Distributors, and it's been built with customized software specialized for health sciences information. The R2 library provides quick access to thousands of ebooks from the leading health science publishers on one interface. And currently we have over 5,000 titles that you can choose from over 100 health science publishers. And there's going to be two ways that you can make R2 ebooks available to your end users. One would simply be firm ordering those specific R2 titles of your choice. The second would be opening those titles on patron-driven acquisitions. We have a mediated PDA model, so you're in full control of your purchases from your PDA triggers. But as a result, whether you're firm ordering your R2 titles or you're opening them up on patron-driven acquisition, selecting content on R2 is both transparent and flexible. Now, just to talk about our purchase model, R2 ebooks are individually priced at the title level, okay? You're going to set the number of concurrent users you would like at the title level, so this enables you to build a database to meet your local need there. You pay once for the life of the edition, so there's no annual subscription for content. Now, here's where the WiLS incentive comes in with the R2 digital library. Typically, we have an annual maintenance fee, which is $1,200. That covers all additional features, functionality enhancements, collaboration tools, the hosting of archived content, MARC records, and so forth. But we have reduced that annual maintenance fee for WiLS members from $1,200 down to $400, and we are waiving it for the first year. Okay, so a really nice savings there. In addition, we typically run specials ongoing throughout the year. We'll be launching our Rites of Spring special shortly on April 19th through May 31st, and that will give you 22% off an R2 title purchase of any size. So that'd be 22% off line item R2 titles during those dates. So now I'm going to finally direct you to my screen here. This is r2library.com, and I am going to log in with my username and password. This is the area that your end users will resolve to at the platform level. Most of the time, they're going to access R2 from a link of some sort. As I mentioned earlier, the R2 library is a specialized database for health sciences content. So let me show you what that means to us. I'm going to type in diabetes to the search box here. The system is now searching across all of the content in the database for diabetes. The platform has returned results at the section and chapter levels from all the different resources and publishers contained in the database. This result set will be unique as it's dynamic based upon your institution's collection. And we know that US librarians are expert searchers, but in most cases end users are not. So they're not going to want to scroll through over 75,000 search results for diabetes. So down the left-hand side here, we've built in filters to help them quickly navigate the result set. So for example, I can come in and I can just choose the to filter by the practice area of nursing. And then I could come down and I can choose to filter by the discipline of care plans here. So up until this point, I have done nothing, and I want to point out that I've whittled down from over 70,000 down to 127 search results. Up until this point, I've done nothing that has occupied a concurrent user license for any title on R2. But now that I have, I'm going to drill into this chapter level search result, I'm using one concurrent user for this specific title. You'll notice that now that I'm within the title, I can search this title either through the search box or the table of contents. I've got a topics tab, and these are all index terms within the entire resource and then within the section. And then I've got the tools button. So this is where end users will really find this helpful. We make it easy for end users to capture information in any section by being able to print it, email it, and export a citation for it. Saving bookmarks, saving references, and saving course links. These are hallmarks of R2. You can create a deep link to a section of content or a chapter of content. And while all resource URLs on R2 are persistent, each section's deep link is also persistent for use in course management software, but can be shared in other forms such as social media, LibGuides, A to Z lists, etc. So as we take a closer look at the search results here, you'll notice that index terms are hyperlinked. So for example, if I click on insulin, platform is going to rerun a search for me on that index term. And if I simply wanted to find images for insulin, I can click on images under the show results from section. I can then jump into a search result where I can then find images. I can save images, I can enlarge images, I can find a direct linked image. So these sorts of images can be used in something like a PowerPoint presentation. So that is really the end user experience with the R2 Digital Library. We are offering 60-day extended trials into the R2 library where you'll have access into the platform, all of its features and functionality, but in addition to the 5,000 titles that we have available on the platform. We also do provide educational and training webinars for the R2 Digital Library ongoing. I conduct them. We do have a schedule that we can forward out to folks. They are typically under 15 minutes on various topics, our PDA model, for example, or how to buy, or customization, and so forth. So that is the R2 Digital Library. And if you would like to register for any of our reoccurring educational webinars or to set up a 60-day trial, feel free to reach out to either Ty or Gina. They would be happy to set that up for you. So I'm going to jump back over here to the PowerPoint. And so thank you, everybody. I don't know if Gina or Ty has anything else to add, but that's it for my piece. Thank you, everybody, for your time. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks so much. We appreciate the time today. It was a pleasure to be here.
Yes, thank you very much. We look forward to working with WiLS.
Well, thanks. Yes, we're really excited to be moving ahead with a partnership with Rittenhouse as well. I think it's a really cool service, really cool product, and I think that we're going to find a lot of our members are going to be interested in adopting. So let me go ahead and flip over to my little landing page one more time so that I can introduce our last group. Thanks again to the Rittenhouse folks for joining us today.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Our fourth vendor partner to present today at Taco Tuesday is longtime vendor partner ProQuest. I have, I think, Joanne and Julie from ProQuest joining us today. Are you folks on the line? Oh, I see Julie showing up on my screen. So hello. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that one of you can take over.
All right, great. My name is Julie Salvatore. I am the account manager for WiLS in Wisconsin for four-year academic colleges, and I have Joanne Hogan, who is the director of product management, on with me today as well to show a super exciting product and solution that we just launched in December, and that is the ProQuest One Business database. So with that, with very little time, I'm going to let Joanne go ahead and dive into the product. Thank you.
Thank you, Julie. Can I just confirm that somebody can see my slides?
Yes, we can.
Great, awesome. I'm just going to go through a very quick couple of 5 minutes or so just on slides to just give you some background on this product and where it's come from and why we've created it, and then go in and do a real quick demo. So why did we decide to create a new business product at this time? We've spent a lot of time in the past 18 months or so speaking to our library customers, and especially with users, primarily undergraduate students, but also some MBA students, and even a few faculty, just to understand what they're doing with business research these days and some of the struggles that both our customers and their users are facing. So what we've been hearing with various interviews and surveys and things is that our customers are under quite a lot of pressure to continue providing the level of high quality support that you've always provided, but in more bizarre situations like remote or hybrid learning situations as a result of COVID-19. We're also hearing there's all kinds of stresses on our library budgets, and that a lot of our customers are having to do more to support their programs with less budget, and in some cases with fewer librarians that are familiar with and able to support some of the complex queries and things that come with supporting business research. At the same time, even though I think there was some fears at the beginning of the pandemic that business program enrollment might really suffer as a result of this situation, that students weren't finding the value in those sometimes expensive programs, what we're hearing from some of our research partners like AACSB and from our own research is that business school enrollments are strong and in some cases increasing. And then we're also hearing that a lot of students from other programs are taking business courses, and so that there are a level of students that maybe don't have training in doing business research that you're having to support as well. And then finally, we're hearing from students on a regular basis that they're still struggling to find information, and in some cases even the faculty believe that students are still struggling to find the information they need even for some of their most common assignments. So in working with students, and we spend a lot of time kind of doing contextual research with them, where we sit them down, ask them some questions about some of their assignments, understand how they approach that research and that assignment and where they get hung up. What we're finding is a lot of the business databases that they're using today just don't really resonate with them. They don't really match what they expect from an online research experience. I can't tell you how many times I've heard from students that they don't want to read a lot of words, so a wordy page just does not resonate with them, or a huge big long list of results. But I think what we really heard strongly from students was that they often just don't know what they can accomplish when they end up in a business database, like something like ProQuest's ABI or even Business Premium Collection, because they're just not representative of the kinds of content or tasks that they can approach. And they're also just not very enthused by them. They just don't really get very engaged when they're using them. So with ProQuest One Business, we've decided to take an entirely new approach to how we're supporting business research. So some of you are probably very familiar with our portfolio on the left-hand side as it exists today, starting with our legacy product, ABI Inform. We've had different specialized products that we've launched over the years. Some of these roll up into what had been known as the Business Premium Collection. And then we also still had some products that were sitting outside, like our dedicated business ebook product, for example, or some of our videos. What we've decided to do with ProQuest One Business is replace that Business Premium Collection, which again is just a collection of databases. It still has the same kind of look and feel, and completely integrate all of that content that we have across ProQuest for supporting business students and research with one fully integrated product that's been specially designed with especially the undergrad student in mind. We've also been trying to understand some of those core or common assignments that students often have to face. And our thinking here is that if we can really understand some of these very common tasks and assignments that our students are undertaking, that would free up more time for the business librarians and the reference staff to help the other students and the faculty that I know have very complex queries and things that they're trying to find. So one of those is just that really typical kind of assignment where they're studying a particular business topic in a case or a textbook chapter, and they're asked to just go and find articles that help explain what's going on with that topic, whether it's the professional publications or trade publications or the scholarly literature. And then the second one is to really go in and analyze an industry or a company, or in some cases, a country, if they're trying to do things like marketing plans or business plans or consulting assignments, and they really need to understand what's going on within the industry and some of the players in that market. So with ProQuest One Business, we've created something that's meant to be very visual and very engaging for students. We want them to click around and really explore and see what kinds of content are available for some of these common assignments. And we also want it to be very suggestive so that they get a good idea right away of some of the things that they can accomplish with this kind of product. So with that, I'm just going to stop, go back and share my screen. One screen two. Okay. Find the this product and this huge list of internal databases that are available to us. Okay, and so this is the start page for ProQuest One Business. So you can see it's very visual. I'm having a little bit of a problem with my Wi-Fi today, so some of these images are a little slow to load. But it's very visual. Students should get a very clear idea as soon as they end up on this page, some of the things that they can accomplish. I'll point out at the front here, at the very top, this basic search box. These are limiters, these little tabs. So if you click scholarly journals, for example, and they just start typing whatever topic it is they're interested in and hit search, then they're really only seeing the results that are coming from scholarly journals. So right away, that just helps them kind of focus in on a particular type of content if that's what they've been told that they need to go and find. I'll point out something about the subject indexing here. A lot of this functionality that you're seeing with this new product is being driven by indexing. So with ProQuest One Business, we've completely redesigned all of our vocabularies. It has a dedicated business subject thesaurus. Today, if you're using products like ABI, for example, and you go into the thesaurus, if you are inclined to train students or help them create very complex queries, you'll see the full ProQuest thesaurus. It's multidisciplinary. So in addition to business terms, you're seeing engineering terms, performing arts terms, medical terms, all kinds of things. With ProQuest One Business, you always have an option just to go in and view and search for or limit to just the business subject terms. Another thing we've done is create a dedicated business company vocabulary. This is based on about 3,800 major global companies. They were selected from the Forbes Global 2000 list, companies that we know are large in terms of revenue or employee count, or that just have a name brand recognition that we think will be of interest to students. We know that students are not going to go into a thesaurus probably and look up terms and create a query. So part of the reason that we've done this is because we can do other things with this product in terms of curation and ease of functionality that makes it easy for them to get into specific things. So this type ahead feature, for example, takes advantage of that indexing. If you start typing ahead and one of those, your search term comes up, is recognized as being in one of those new vocabularies, that gets suggested as a search term. In this case, it gets you to the manpower group. And for all of those almost 4,000 global companies that we're curating, there's now a company topic page that basically just organizes all of the content that's available for this company in a way that makes it really easy for students just to very quickly kind of browse through it. If they know they're looking for scholarly journal articles, they can see those. There's a little bit of contextual information at the top, so they can see if it's a public or private company, for example, where it's traded, any of the NAICS industries that it's operating under. And then we've also taken a view into some of our major reports providers. So some of those premium market research providers and the companies, things like the Hoover's reports or global data company profiles and SWOT analyses, and just tried to indicate here that if they're looking for company financial information, when they click here, now they're getting company reports that typically have that kind of information that might be of interest to them and save them a lot of time. You can also take advantage of the industry indexing, which uses the NAICS codes, and those are also more fully integrated in this product than any of our other business products. So if you're interested in dairy, for example, if you start typing dairy, you'll see some examples of those 3,800 curated companies, but you also get other search options that you can use. So if the students are really only interested in seeing what we have available for these industries, for example, or if they know they're just looking for industry reports and they click on that, then suddenly they're getting results that, again, kind of weeds out any of the noise that they might see in a gigantic resource like this. It really just gets them to the stuff that might be of interest to them. A couple other things to point out, again, just to clarify that this is not just a traditional periodical database. This is taking advantage of all the content that we have at ProQuest to support business, including ebooks and videos. So this product has, in addition to all of the journals and things that are available in all of our business databases, a collection of over 20,000 ebooks. For the most part, these ebooks are being served up from ProQuest's eBook Central ebook platform. So it's not just taking a PDF of a book and trying to integrate it with articles. When you actually go in and look at one of these books, you have the same kinds of options you would get on an ebook platform. The ability to view the table of contents. If you add it to a bookshelf, you can create annotations and save it and things like that. And likewise, with the video, there are over 20,000 videos in this collection. You can see some of the major providers. They cover all kinds of different topics. So Prendismo is primarily interviews with business leaders and entrepreneurs. There are also some kind of news type videos from sources like CNN and Bloomberg. They tend to be not, small daily news stories, but longer form kind of expose type stories, 5 minutes plus, that kind of dig into a specific topic. We have things from MIT Sloan and a number of other providers. Likewise with the books, some of these videos and all of the videos going forward are going to take advantage of ProQuest's video platform. So when you get into these videos, you get, again, not just a file that's available to be watched. There are some legacy videos that are that situation, but going forward, everything will have things like scrolling transcripts or the ability to create clips and easily embed those clips into a reading list or a syllabi. There are some additional features, like there are browses. These are new at the moment. They're just kind of static lists. We are still doing development in ProQuest One Business. It's a brand new resource. It just came out in January. These browses are one area that we're looking to improve, make them more visual, like those kinds of company topic pages. So for example, we're working on industry topic pages that would do the same thing. You can click on a NAICS code, for example, and it'll give a nice, easily perused page that helps the students understand everything that we have available within certain industries, whether it's reports or any scholarly journal articles or books or things like that. But you can always go in and browse all of the functionality that's there right now. So for example, if you really wanted to see what kinds of company topic pages were available for a specific industry, you could just do that search, and now you're seeing a subset of that 3,800 that's designed really just around the companies that are operating primarily within that subset of the NAICS industry schema. You can go in and browse things like the industry reports. Now there's various ways. The default is to, again, look at those by the NAICS codes. But if you really wanted to see, what reports are available within a specific country, you can just do that little search and it changes and gives you a different set of results. Or if you really just wanted to see results that are available by a specific kind of major market research provider, like BMI Fitch, for example, you could go in and do it that way as well. So I'm going to stop there. I think we're almost done. The product is available. You can get a trial and take a look at it. If you have any questions, we would be happy to answer them for you. And with that, I will turn it back over. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Joanne. I think this is a really great way to pull together so many resources into one place, into an interface that's going to make sense to students, to users. So I'm excited about it, and we are hopeful that we'll start to see some uptake on it too from WiLS members. It looks like it would be a really good solution for a lot of our members.
That's great. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, Joanne. And Jeff, they can always reach out to me. And if it's a two-year academic school, I'll be sure to get them to the appropriate person.
Fantastic. All right. Well, thank you again, Joanne and Julie from ProQuest for joining us today. And thank you to everyone who attended today. For those of you watching the recording, thank you as well. We're always here to answer questions and put you in touch with any of our vendor partners who joined us for Taco Tuesday today. The last thing that I always have to do before we wrap up is to let you know that we've got another Taco Tuesday coming next month on May 4th at 11:30 a.m. for our next Taco Tuesday session. keep your eyes out for, or open for more information about that as it shapes up. So one last time, thank you to everyone for presenting today and attending, and I hope everybody has a great afternoon. Go out, have lunch, or stay in and have lunch, I guess, depending on your circumstances. But whatever it is, see if you can't make it a taco. So, all right, thanks a lot. Have a great day, everybody, and thanks again.